Yes.
Okay. So yesterday we discussed about creation of a sample mapping and everything.
Mhm.
So if any of the mapping is invalid, then you will see here like a red color symbol actually. So
Okay.
if it's valid, then it's fine. Okay. Now the first mapping we are going to create today is m_score filter. Okay.
Okay.
So here also the source is employee only, and the target is uh, we will try to import new targets for this requirement. Okay. So to
Okay.
import targets, as we discussed yesterday, go to target designer and try to import targets from the
Database.
database using DSL. Okay. Seems the password got expired. Okay. Okay. See, now I'm going to import two tables. This is the target tables for this exercise. So I'm importing it at a time.
We are importing three tables. Okay.
Yes,
Per
multi.
target.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So now go to mapping. The first requirement is we need to load data into a target table named EPT_10. So here, if you want, you can increase the work area like this. Okay.
Okay.
Now here we are going to have the set of transformations. Actually, the main, as a developer, right? The main logic in the informatica is using transformations effectively.
Okay.
Okay. Now these are the set of transformations. If you see the icons here, right? All these are the set of transformations. Or what you can do is go there. There is a transformation tab here. From there, you can you can select what are the transformation you want.
Okay.
You can select filter and you can give whatever the name filter, or maybe 10, 20, whatever the name. If you want, you can provide it. So this is a filter transformation now. Okay. Now I'm going to connect all the columns from source qualified to filter, then filter to my target table.
Target. Okay.
Okay. The requirement is very straightforward. If I am going to fire a query like select star from EMB, I'm going to get all the data, right? But
Okay.
I want to load only where TEPT number equal to 10. So for this in database we are going to write a filter, right, with where class. Right? How we will do it in the database? If you want to see specific set of data, you are going to write where class. So
Where clause?
that's how we are
Yeah.
going to filter out the data. So same technology. Here we are going to have a transformation. Whatever the data
Mhm.
you are getting from source, forget about what you want to load it into your target table. Here, our
Okay.
requirement is just I want to load DEPT 10 data into my target table.
Yeah.
Okay, for this I am going to have a filter transformation. Just I have connected. Then right click. I am getting echo actually.
Oh. No. As you said, I have connected through laptop. So.
Okay, then you can, okay, that's fine. You can mute anything. If you want, you can go and mute.
Okay.
Yeah. And then whenever you have question, just unmute and then connect.
Sure. Yes.
Okay. Hi Raju, thanks for joining. So just I started with the filter mapping. So now Raju, able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Just go on mute. So now right click on the filter transformation, edit. Any transformation, right? The first tab is transformation. It's a general one. Here you can write the description. This whatever the description as per your transformation logic. This transformation is going to be used to filter out the so and so data or whatever the logic description. If you want, you can provide the description. It's optional. Then these are the ports. See, all these ports we have connected from source qualifier to filter transformation. So you can able to see all these ports here. Now go to properties. If you see, there is a filter condition here. Okay, and by default it's a true. Normally people what they will do, right? So now the requirement is I want to load DEPT number equal to 10. So simply I can override this true and I can put the condition. But if you go to interview, right, the very basic question, if I don't put anything, see, I am developing a mapping, and in the filter transformation actually I need to provide filter condition like DEPT number equal to 10 or our location equal to India. But I am not doing that. What will happen? It's a valid mapping or invalid mapping? Yes, it's a valid mapping. If you don't provide any filter condition, what will happen? True means it's going to load all the records by default. Nothing will happen. Okay. Let's say if I go on, if I keep it as false, 0 records loading into your target table, your filter is going to black all the data. So then if you want to edit anything, you can write here or you can click here. It is going to open a dialog box for you. Here you can write whatever the filter condition you want. Let's say I want to write filter condition as DEPT underscore number equal to 10. Okay, I'm writing a proper filter condition. I am trying to validate whatever the condition I have given here. Try to click here. You can see the validate button. Validate, it is showing some invalid symbol reference because you are writing DEPT underscore number. But what is the exact column name in the filter transformation? If you see from source, it is coming as DEPT, DEPT and DEPT number, but you are writing it as DEPT underscore number. So to avoid all those, right, the syntax errors, simply you can go to ports here. I want to write a condition on this particular column. Simply you can double click, you will get it here. Then equal, then whatever the filter condition you want to provide, you can provide. Then click validate, validate. Because in real time, right, we are going to have a very lengthy columns. So you cannot type everything, right? Simply you can select whatever the column you want to choose. Then equal to 10, validate, it's a valid. Click OK, click OK, then apply, OK, save your mapping. You are done with the development of a mapping. Okay. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Now go to workflow manager. Just go and create a workflow here. I'm going to create a new workflow for this. The workflow name will be workflow underscore. What is our mapping name? 01, right? So 01 underscore filter. Click OK. Now I'm going to create a session. See, you can go ahead and always, it's a shortcuts. You can go ahead and you can create a session from here, or else there is a shortcut symbol here. Just you can go there and just you can click and put it here. Automatically it will open. So now I'm going to create a session to execute my mapping m underscore filter. So select your mapping, connect from your start button to here. You are done with the creation of a workflow with a task called session. Then right click your session, go to mapping tab, provide your source and target connecting string details. By default, we have only single database and single connecting string. If you are going to deal with different databases, maybe Teradata or something, just go ahead and select whatever the target table and all. Then see, whenever you are selecting your session, right, automatically you are going to see all the available components in the mapping. Mapping is nothing but a set of source and target along with some transformations, right? See, even you can see the transformation and transformation condition also in the session level, because on top of mapping you are going to create a session. Click OK, save it. You are done with the creation of your workflow. Now go ahead and start your workflow. Before starting your workflow, go ahead and check the data in the target table. Select star from DEPT10. We have 0 records in the target table. Now before going into write, see, when you are executing mapping, what is happening actually? See, you are executing mapping, right? Normally, let's say this is your source table data. When you are executing, let's say this is your source table data. When you are querying, right? Let's say you are going to write a query like select star from the TMP table where salary less than 3,000, or select some columns from EMP table, or we'll discuss this later. Now see here, this is my source table data. I have developed a mapping. I have a source and source qualifier. Then I have a filter transformation. In the filter, I am giving the condition as DEPT number equal to then, and I am connecting to target table. Remember, Informatica is a row by row processing tool. If you go to data stage, it has two functionalities. It's going to load data sequentially and parallelly. But coming to Informatica, always remember it's a row by row processing tool. When you are executing a mapping, Informatica is going to pull record by record from your source, and it is going to load record by record into your target table. Okay, so when you are executing actual mapping, what is going to happen? First, it's going to read first record from source. In my source, I have 4 records in the PPT. From set of 4 records, it's going to read first record from the source. First record will come. See, your mapping is nothing but a empty pipeline, right? You are going to send data through that pipeline. So first record will come from source to source qualifier. From source qualifier, it is coming into filter. Here, what is the condition in the filter? What is the given condition in the filter?
Department equal to 10.
10. What is the record you are getting? You are getting record as DEPT equal to 10, right? So our filter condition is satisfying with the incoming record, right? So this record will be flagged as true record actually. Backend integration service in the runtime, what is going to do? It is going to communicate with your source database, and it is going to extract all the data onto integration service. As per your transformation logic, it is going to mark all the records as true or false record. Here the condition is satisfying, so automatically this record will go into next level and will be inserting into your target table like this. Once that record is done, then you are going to read second record. So you are going to get a second record. Here the condition is not satisfying. The expected condition is 10. You are getting a record with DEPT equal to 20. The record is not satisfying with your provided filter condition. This record will be rejected. Automatically the integration service will be flagged this record as false record. So this record will not be inserted into your target table. So finally, out of 4 records, you will load only 2 records into your target table based on the provided condition. Any questions?
No.
That is the reason if you don't provide any filter condition, by default true, right, means it's going to pass each and every incoming record. Make sense?
Yeah. And what happens to the rejected record? Like, will it be deleted or?
It will not be loaded into the target table. It will be discarded from there.
Okay.
Clear, Raju? Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. So here Informatica is a row by row processing tool. Now I am going to execute the job. Start workflow. It is failed. Password login is denied. Yes. See, you are getting an error message here. It is giving clear error message. Error connecting to database. Oracle wire protocol driver. Invalid username or password. Actually, today the start password got expired. So when we are creating connecting strings here, right? We would have provided some password, right? So it's a gold one. I need to change it. See, whenever there is a change in the database level, right? The same password we need to change it here. That is the reason it is failed today. Okay. Now let me restart the job again. See, like this, how many runs you want to see? See, the first run we executed at 22:17. It got failed. Then we started it again. If I don't want to see all these runs here, you can filter. See how many runs. If I want to see 10 runs, last 10 runs will be displayed for you. Or if you want to go ahead and if you want to select more, you can select. Okay. Now, if you see the transformation statistics here, how many records it is extracting from source? 14 records. But how many records loaded into your target? Only 3 records. Because if you go on, if you check your source table, we have 14 records. Out of 14 records, maybe we have 3 records with the DEPT number equal to 10. Only these 3 records are loading into your target table. Okay? Clear? Any questions?
No.
Now, like this, you can load data into multiple tables. Let's say now I'm going to change the requirement. I want to load DEPT 10 data into one target table. Then I have another target table here. Now I'm going to have another filter condition. The requirement is we are getting data from a source. I want to load all India data into one table, one database. All other EMEA data into one, or Asia specific or US data, Australia data, like this. Now if you see here, now I have a different target table, DEPT 20. Here I want to load only DEPT equal to 20 data. Then again, from source qualifier, drag all the columns into your second filter. From here, drag into here. Now edit your second filter transformation. You can give the meaningful name, maybe filter underscore 20. Here go ahead and provide whatever the filter condition you need to provide. My requirement is in the second target table I am planning to load DEPT equal to 20 data. Click valid, click OK, apply, OK, save it. Just you can go to here always, or simply you can press Ctrl S, automatically it will be saved. Okay. Now we have two target tables, but here we have two target tables in the same database, but in the real time maybe one table in Oracle and another table in Netezza, or maybe Flatfile, different databases you can deal. Okay. Now I am going to execute this here. Go to workflow manager. If you see now, if you go on, if you see your session, your mapping is pointing. See, this particular map session is pointing to this mapping. But if you go to mapping, we have source qualifier, and only one filter. But actually in a mapping, how many transformations we have? Two transformations. See, first we created a mapping. Then we created a session. We have executed our job and everything fine. We have loaded the data. Now requirements got changed. As part of the requirements, we have added one more table, but the table is not reflecting here. See, also the transformation is not reflecting here. So whenever we are doing some changes in the mapping level, to reflect all those changes in the session level, what we have to do is go to session, right click, there is a option called refresh mapping. Just click here, see, you will get a invalid symbol, means it's something updated. Now it is refreshed. Now go ahead and validate, then save it. Now if you go and if you see, you can see the new changes. See, new target and the second filter transformation. Clear? Simple. Whenever you are doing something at the mapping level, simply you need to refresh your session to reflect all the changes. Okay? Now you can execute your job. See, from source we are getting 14 records. Table 10 loaded with only 3 records and table 20 loaded with 5 records because based on your data. See, these 3 records we are loading into first table and these 20 group records we are loading into second table. Okay? Like this we can have n number of transformations, n number of target tables. Now I am going to add one more target table, that is DEPT all. See, I don't know how much data. See, when you are using too many transformations, you can minimize this transformation like this. If you want to open, just double click, it will be opened again, it will be closed. Or you can minimize like this also. Now we have third target table. The requirement is we don't know what type of data we are getting from source. The only requirement is we need to load DEPT equal to 10 data into first target table and DEPT equal to 20 data into second target table and remaining data into third target table. How you will find out remaining data? We don't know what type of data we are getting, how many departments data are we getting, we don't have any idea. Then only requirement is equal to 10 data into first target table and equal to 20 data into second target table. Here you can name whatever the filter you want, filter underscore all, then go to properties. Here what is the condition now? Remaining data means DEPT number not equal to 10
or 20
and DEPT number not equal to 20. Just I want to load entire data. Click OK, apply OK, save it. Now again go ahead and refresh your mapping whenever you are doing some changes. Start your workflow. So that is the beauty of the ETL tool. You can extract data from different databases. At a time you can dump data into different target databases based on your criteria. See, now we have equal to 3 records here, equal to 5 records and remaining all records. Maybe equal to DEPT equal to 30, 40, 60, whatever the records we have, all records will be loaded into your third target table. Clear? Any questions?
No.
Okay. Now, if you go to any transformation, right, Informatica by default, all the transformations, they define it as a 2 types of transformations. We have 2 types of transformations basically. One is active, the second one is passive transformation. So what is active and what is passive? See, simple. how many records we are sending to transformation. Maybe you are sending 100 records as a input and you are getting more or less record. The input and output always will differ. That is a active transformation. See, if you see first filter transformation, we are sending 14 records. How many records we are getting based on your filter condition? We are getting 3 records or 5 records or 6 records. The input and output always differ, right? That is the active transformation. Coming to passive transformation, do whatever you do. If you are going to send 1 lakh records, yes, always you will get 1 lakh records. The input is exactly matches with your output, set of output records for that particular transformation. Okay. So now.
And do they need to be same records as input, the output records?
The number of records will be same. Columns may.
Okay. Okay, the count should be same, columns may differ, right?
Yes. Maybe
Okay.
from source you are getting 2 records, first name, middle name, last name, different column. In the target you may have full name. It's a single column.
Okay.
It's going to merge the columns, but number of records will be different. So coming to active, right? Filter, what type of transformation? Filter is a active transformation.
Active transformation.
Okay. Now we'll see one by one going forward. What are the passive transformations and all one by one in future. Now, so this is how we can use multiple filter transformation. Now we have one more transformation that is called router. So now I am going to create a second mapping. The mapping name will be m_02_router. Okay. Now take employee as your source as this. Take DEPT10 as your target table. Okay. Now the requirement is I want to load DEPT10 data into one of my target table named DEPT_10. Here already we have used filter, right? What is the limitation of the filter transformation? We'll see.
It loads only the records where the condition is satisfied.
Satisfied, right? Now go and use a router transformation. So this is the router transformation. See. Now drag whatever the columns you want to from here to here. See, now try to drag the columns from here to here. You cannot drag. If you see filter transformation, whenever you are connecting a column here, you can see the input arrow as well as you can see the output arrow. Means you can able to connect to the next level if you have this. Here we don't have that. Because in the router the settings are different. Now go to router transformation, edit. See, transformation description is same, ports are same here and there. Properties, we don't have anything here. In the filter properties we can provide a specific filter condition. Coming to groups, there is one more tab here, groups. Here, see, if you put it your cursor here, it is showing as add a new group. If you click here, see, it is going to add a group 1 for you. So like this, if you are going to click, it is going to add number of groups for you. In the router, you can create number of groups. I will tell you. So and also if you see, let's say I don't want these many groups, you have a scissor symbol, you can discard the created groups. And if you delete this also, see, just I am creating a one group, automatically it's creating a default group for you. Okay, so let me see. So group name, whatever the group name, if you want, you can create. Maybe my group name is DEPT10. in the filter, that what is the group condition? Here you need to provide a specific condition for your group. So here the group condition will be DEPT equal to 10. Valid, apply, okay. If you see your target table, see, I have created only single group, and for this group the condition we have provided is DEPT equal to 10. By default it is creating a default group for you. Now your requirement is, I want to load data into DEPT 10 where DEPT number equal to 10. Then for this purpose you have created a group here. For this group you have provided a filter condition as per your requirement, like DEPT equal to 10. So it's a valid mapping. What is the limitation of filter transformation? If you see, when you are executing your job, right, if you see here, when you are executing your job with the filter transformation, the matching record is loading into your target table. What about unmatched records? We don't have any control of the unmatched records in the filter transformation. When you are getting second record, if it's not going to match your filter criteria, it's going to be discarded. It's not going into your target table. But whereas with the router transformation, right, whatever the record satisfying here, it will be loaded into your target table. Remaining all unsatisfied records will come into your default group automatically. Did I answer your question, Saujanya?
Yes.
What will happen to your unmatched records? It will be, that is the limitation of the filter transformation. That's the reason we have the router transformation. Here we can automatically going to capture all unmatched, unsatisfied records here. Now if you want, you can execute this map. Nothing, see, you are getting 14 records. 3 records are matching with your DEPT equal to 10 condition. Those 3 records will be loaded into your first target table. Coming to default group, you are not connecting anything, nothing will happen. But if you go on, so if you don't connect, that's fine. Here there is no use. I can use a single filter transformation, no need to use router transformation. But instead of using multiple single filter transformation, see, now I am going to connect DEPT all. Now I am going to connect here. Automatically your DEPT all will be loaded with remaining all data not equal to 10 data, maybe 20, 30, 40. Any questions?
No.
You want me to execute? I am saving this mapping. Go and create a workflow. Raju, clear?
Clear, sir.
See, now before loading into my target, right, I am enabling always truncate target table option, because DEPT can already loaded with some data in the previous exercise. DEPT all also loaded with some junk data, maybe 30 or 40. Forget about. Just delete all the data. Just truncate all the existing tables data. Always I want to see fresh data in my target table. So for that reason I am enabling truncate target table option here. Click OK, save it. Now go and execute your job. So this is a second workflow, it's running. See, from source you are getting 14 records. 3 records satisfied with the first filter. 3 records loaded into your first table. Automatically all unmatched, unsatisfied records from the first group is falling into the second group, and it is loaded with 11 records. If you want, go and check your target table. DEPT 10 is loaded with 3 records. Coming to DEPT underscore all, it is loaded with 11 records. 11 records are not equal to 10. See, you can see 20 and 30 records both got loaded into second table. Now if you want, you can add one more group here. Edit your router transformation, go to groups, you can add one more group. So the second group name will be DEPT_20. Here the condition will be, in the second group I am giving 20. See, now this is a requirement. Let me add one more target table. See, DEPT10 data I am loading into first table, and the DEPT20 data I am loading into second table. Automatically unsatisfied records from the set of above groups comes into default group. Here you are using 10, here you are using 20. So what data will be available in default group now?
Not equal to 10 or 20.
Not equal to 10 and 20.
And 20.
Yes, and 20, not R20.
Okay.
Okay, it's like same exercise. We are using a 3 filters, right? Instead of using 3 filters, simply we can go ahead and we can use a single router transformation. Same requirement, we are going to get same set of data. If you want, just save this mapping, refresh your workflow, enable truncate target table option for the newly added target table also. Save it, start workflow. So let's say you are in development, you are getting a requirement, you can use multiple filters, or same can be achieved by using a single router transformation. How we will do? Are you continue with using multiple filters or a single router?
Single router is.
Yes, single router is good. Single router will have more performance, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Now the interview questions will be, single router will have more questions, more performance. The next question is, where exactly router having more performance?
When we want the records which are rejected, like when we want to see the rejected records also, we use router. So
Oh,
that's the only difference.
yeah, see, router will have more performance. Why? Here and there, you are getting 14 records, 3 filters, you are processing the data and you are loading into 3 target tables, and here also you are loading into 3 target tables. The same set of records we are extracting and same set of records we are loading. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So now I will tell you. Let's say this is our mapping. Source call fair, then I'm going to have 3 filters here. Three filters here. Source call fair. Then first target filter, second, right? So this is your source. Okay. Okay. Then this is your source call fair. Then your first filter, maybe the filter name is filter_10. The second filter name is filter_20. The third filter name is maybe filter_all. Right? What is the filter condition here? You have provided DEPT number equal to 10. Here you have provided DEP number equal to 20. Here you have provided DEP number not equal to 10 and not equal to 20, right? Agree?
Yes.
And we have the target table. This is D10, or maybe this is D and this is D and all. Here, when you are executing your job, I told you Informatica is a Cobero processing tool, right? First record you are going to get from your source, then it is coming to source qualifier, then the same record will be loaded into three filters. So first record will come here. Here it is going to check whether it is going to satisfy or not. If it is going to satisfy, it will go to next level. The same record will be scanned in the filter 20 to find out whether it's matching or not. In same way here also. So if you see from source how many records we are getting? 14 records we are getting, right? All 14 records will be scanned by your first filter to find out the matching 3 or 4 records. In the same way, second filter also going to scan 14 records to find out matching records. Maybe you are getting 5 or 6 records. Forget about output records. So same way, your third filter also going to get 14 records. It is going to check DEPT not equal to 20, 10 and 20. Means see, each and every record, whatever the record you are getting, you have to scan to find out the matching or not. Right? Agree? Maybe you are getting 5 or 6 records. Now, here how many records is processing here? Your first filter is processing 14 records. Please go on mute. Your second filter also processing 14 records. Your third filter also processing 14 records. Overall, it's going to process 42 records. Okay, your integration service is going to extract the data from source. Now integration service is going to process 42 records to find out the matching records, and it is going to load the data. Now go and think about router transformation. You are going to get the data from source, then source qualifier, then you are going to have a router transformation here, then you are going to have the three targets. This is your first group, this is your second group. You are going to get data from source to source qualifier to input group, right? So you are going to get data from source to source qualifier, then you are going to have three groups. So this is your source as usual, and this is your source qualifier. This is your router. This is your group 1, right? Whatever the name you have given, group 10, or maybe this is group 20. And we don't have a default. Sorry, this is your group 10, and this is your group 10, and this is your group 10. This is your input group, right? Agree? See, you are going to have a input group, then 3 output groups like this. See, you are going to have 3 input groups, then 3 output groups. This is your input group, then first and second and third, 3 output groups. So here also this is your input group, then G10, G20, and what is this group name? Are you creating this group? No, by default router is going to have a default group. And what is the condition in this group? What is the condition? Are you giving any condition for this group, default group?
Not equal to 10 and 20.
No, we are not giving anything, right?
Oh, just the rejected records from the other groups will be into the default group,
yes.
Right?
We cannot provide any condition here.
Okay, got it.
Now if you see here, you are going to get 14 records from your source. Please go on mute immediately. So you are going to get 14 records from source. Your first group is going to process 14 records to find out matching records. Maybe it is processing 3 or 4 records out. Your second group also processing 14 records to find out equal to 20 records. Here it is processing to find out equal to 10 records. Coming to default group, how many records it is processing? We don't have any condition, no need to process any records here. Third group is not processing any records, it is not scanning anything. Whatever the unmatched records we have from the first and second group automatically comes into the second default group. So if you see, your first group is processing 14 and your second group is processing 14, overall your integration service is processing only 28 records. But whereas if you go and if you use multiple filters, it is going to process 42 records. In the real time, when you are dealing with 1 lakh records, here it is going to process 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 3 lakh records, whereas here only 2 lakh records it is processing. Automatically all unsatisfied records from set of above groups will come into the default group. Make sense? So that is the reason router will have more performance when compared to multiple filters. Any questions? Hello?
No, sir, clear.
Sajani, are you there?
Hello?
Yeah.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any questions?
No, sir. That's clear.
Okay, clear. Now see, this is the reason why router will have more performance means no need to process any records. Automatically all unsatisfied records will come into the default group. So we are processing less number of records means we will have more performance. Simple. Now the one more question is, one more interview questions from router transformation is, see, whenever you're working on one transformation, right, first you have to understand the transformation scope and functionality. If you know transformation scope and functionality properly, that's it. Whatever the scenario you're going to get, you can able to answer it. Now the interview questions, how they will give, right? Now go to here. Now I am changing the filter conditions here. Now I am giving filter conditions like salary. What are the salaries we have in the okay. So here I am giving salary as less than 1000, first group condition. In the second group I am writing salary less than 2000. Okay. Now this is my source table data. See, this is the source table data now. See, this is our set of 14 records, right? No, let me take this. So this is our data. See, and this is the salary column. This is the data, and what are the filter conditions we have given? The first group filter condition is salary less than 1000, right? How many records we have with the salary less than 1000? How many records we have?
2 records.
Yes, these 2 records are matching with this condition, right? Salary less than 1000. Coming to the second group, what is the condition? Salary less than 2000. How many records are matching with the salary less than 2000?
6 records.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 records, right? What about these 2 records?
Okay. 8.
It is matching, right? Agree?
Yes.
These 2 records also matching with this color now. Now, interview questions will be, you are getting 14 records, right? Into input group, your first group is going to process 14 records. Your condition is salary less than 1000. Based on this condition, maybe you are getting 2 records output, right? Few people, their assumption, they will have some wrong assumption. What they will say, right? First group is going to process 14 records, right? Out of 14 records, already 2 records gone from first group. So remaining set of 12 records will come into the second group. That is a wrong assumption. Again, set of 14 records will be processed by second group also. If it is going to process 14 records, then how many records you will get it here? Output 8 records.
Only 6 records.
No, it's going to process all 14 records. See, you have to
Okay.
apply this filter condition on entire data. Getting? Clear or confusing?
It's very confusing. In group 10, like all the 14 records are processing, and coming to group 20, again 14 records will be processed, right?
Yes, again 14 records will be processed. That is the reason we will get
8
8
okay.
records. We'll
Okay.
test it. See, if you are clear with the transformation scope and functionality, right? See, do whatever you do. You are going to do 2 years or 3 years or 5 years of experience. They will have some kind of very basic questions. If I don't provide any filter condition, what will happen? You will have that thought in your mind actually. See, from first day itself, you started working on the mapping requirements and everything. You will do whatever they are giving, but you will never test, right? What is the default condition? Default is true, means it is going to process all the records. You don't believe, if you go with 5 years or 7 years experience, you will get all these basic questions, because they are going to test your knowledge with the tool. That's it. So definitely you will get 8 records. If you want, we'll test it and we'll see. Okay. Raju, clear Raju?
Sir, clear.
Start workflow. See, first group is loaded with 2 records. Go and check the data also. DEPT 10. It is loaded with 800 and 900. Fine. Okay. Now go and query your second table. See, your second table is loaded with 8 records. You have 6 records plus 2 records. Means our funda is correct. It's going to load again 14 records. Once you are clear with the concept, right, in the real time also, sometimes you may have this type of conditions. That time you will not have confusion. How many records will be loaded here when you are doing in testing or something? You will be clear with, first you should be clear with the concept. Now coming to default group, less than 1000 and less than 2000 means automatically go and check your third target table. All greater than 2000 records loaded into here. Clear? Any questions?
No, sir.
And then router is the active or passive transformation?
Active.
Yes, it's an active transformation. If you see 2 plus 8, 10 plus 6, 16 records we are loading, but actual source is only 14 records. This is the only transformation where we will get more number of records. That is not possible with the filter, right? Getting more number of records. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Any questions? And if you see, right, see, if you see the previous run, right, 3 plus 5 plus 6, input and output is exactly matching, right, based on your conditions. Then it should be a passive, right? Input and output is going to equal, then it's a passive transformation, right? No, actually, see, based on your condition, input and output is matching. But if you are going to change the conditions, it's going to behave like a active transformation, right? Those are the set of transformation defined it as a active by Informatica Corporation. But we have some other transformations going forward. Do whatever you do, you cannot change the number of input and output count. Always it should match. Here, if you don't connect default group, yes, it's active again. If you are going to give exact filter conditions, group filter condition, then it is going to match. Maybe it can be match, but the type of transformation is active functionality. So we will call it as active transformation. Clear? Any questions?
No, sir.
No. So if you are okay, I can continue, or I will stop here. Tomorrow we'll see with other transformations. So today we have covered filter and router. So Saujanya, are you just started practicing, or I think already you're familiar with all this?
Yeah, I have like hands-on practice with these filters. Some of the filters, not all the filters.
Okay. What are all the other transformations you know?
Filter, router, and
Okay, okay. Fine. So we'll connect tomorrow, maybe same time, 9 o'clock. Okay.
is it 9 o'clock IST or what time?
Same IST timing. Today I have some other personal work. That's the reason I started by 10 p.m.
Okay.
IST. So I will send a message maybe with exact timing, just 30 to 40 minutes before itself. Okay. Chalo, if you don't have any questions, I will close for today. We'll stop here.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. No need to call sir because Raju is my old student actually. You can just call me as Sampath or that's fine for me. Raju is a student from last 2 years. Raju,
Okay.
chalo, bye. Thank you.
Thank you.